Hi everyone! So for this week's curriculum lessons, we are going to do a few lessons based on RE, and then we're going to do one reading lesson for World Book Day on Thursday as well. Okay, so we're going to have a look at our RE today, and I'm going to start by showing you a little clip. I'll pop the link on the website as well at school, so if you need to have a little look at that at home, you can do. But if you can't, then hopefully when I press play, you'll be able to have a look at this as well. Okay, so this video here is exploring Lent, which is a religious festival that some Christians are celebrating at the moment. Okay, so I'll pop that up for you to have a little look at.
Okay, I think we're ready. Do you know what day it is, Sasha? Pancake Day! Yeah, that's right. But the proper name for it is Shrove Tuesday. Shrove Tuesday? Yeah, and tomorrow is the start of Lent, the 40 days leading up to Easter, when we remember the Christian story of the temptation of Jesus. What's that? After Jesus' baptism, the Holy Spirit guided him into the wilderness, where he spent 40 days and 40 nights without food. The devil tried to tempt him to do things, for example, turn stones into bread to eat, but Jesus refused every time. That sounds really hard. It was. That's why we usually give up something for Lent, like sweets or fizzy drinks, to remember how Jesus resisted temptation. Do you know what the day after Pancake Day is called? Biscuit Day? No, silly. It's called Ash Wednesday. It's the first day of Lent. In many churches, the vicar will make the sign of the cross on people's foreheads with ashes. This symbolises that we feel sorry for any bad things we've done. I didn't know that. Now you do. Okay, go get Mum so you can make pancakes. Yay!
Fabulous. So I hope you enjoyed that little video that I found there for you to have a watch at. So we are going to be learning about Lent and Shrove Tuesday, okay, which hopefully you now are aware is the build-up to something that Christians celebrate called Easter. So just spend a couple of minutes just having a little think from that video. What have you found out? So just pause that now. Brilliant, well done. So I'm going to go through a few bits of information about what Lent is. Okay, so it's the time of year where Christians are preparing for Easter. And Easter is a celebration that is very, very important to Christians. And it goes on for 40 days. So it lasts for 40 days in total, which is a long period of time. And this is when Christians remember the time when Jesus went into the desert to fast and to pray before beginning his work for God. Okay? And when you are fasting, remember, that means you are not eating and you are not drinking. So Jesus gave up a lot of things ready in preparation for him to work for God. So this is a period of time that Christians like to also take part in. So Lent is seen as a time of when people give things up. And for Christians, it's a way of remembering the time that Jesus also fasted in the desert, like we've just talked about, and it's a test of self-discipline. Okay, so if you are giving something up for 40 days and 40 nights, you are, showing how controlled you can be in being able to give up this food item or give up something that you are really, really wanting to do or eat for 40 days, just like what Jesus had to experience in the desert when he was all alone. So there's lots and lots of foods that some Christians may not eat during Lent, and they're normally fatty foods such as meat or fish, fats, eggs, and milky foods. But some Christians just give up something that they really, really enjoy, such as cakes or chocolate. Okay, so there's lots of things that people give up. And people give up things such as fats and eggs and milky foods, as many years ago, these things weren't readily available. So these were luxury items, okay? So things that really meant something to these people. So that's why we now try and give up something that we really enjoy, okay? So some Christians give up sweets or cakes because they really enjoy them. It's something that means something to them. So I want you to have a little think then. If you had to give something up for Lent, what would you give up? So I will let you into a little secret. I've given up 3 items for Lent this year, and I'm already finding it very, very tricky. So I've given up sweets because I absolutely love sweets, so I'm finding that really hard. I've also given up cheese, which is just awful because I put cheese on everything. I have cheese sandwiches, I have cheesy pasta, so it makes me very sad that I can't have cheese. And I've also given myself an extra challenge to give up chocolate, okay? So these 3 things are what I have given up. So just spend a little bit of time now thinking, what would you give up if you had to give up something for Lent? Have a little think. It might be something that's on the screen, but it might be something else that you really enjoy as well. Super. Okay, so some of the things that might not be on the screen that you want to give up include fizzy drinks, or you might want to give up something like cake or milk or yogurts if you eat lots of yogurts potentially. So there's lots of different ideas for things that you could give up for Lent. So I want us today to have a little think and appreciate why Jesus went into the wilderness for 40 days. So I've got 3 sentence starters here that I want us to have a little explore at. And the first one is Jesus went. So I want us to think about how long or what Jesus did. So Jesus went where? Can you remember? Yes, he went into the wilderness, didn't he? So I'm going to use this sentence starter. Jesus went into the wilderness, okay? And he went into the wilderness for 40 days. So I'm going to write Jesus went into the wilderness for 40 days. Then I've got another sentence starter. I can make that a bit smaller, seeing as it won't fit on my grid there. There we go. Then I've got another sentence starter, and it says, this is why. So this sentence starter is going to show me your understanding. So I've got Jesus went into the wilderness for 40 days, and this is why. This is why what? So hopefully you've made that link that this is why Lent is 40 days. Okay, so Lent is 40 days because Jesus went into the wilderness for 40 days. So this is why Lent is 40 days. I might also say, here, I'm going to move this sentence down. He gave up everything. He sacrificed, shall we say. He sacrificed everything before he helped carry out jobs for God. Okay, and this is why Lent is 40 days. Okay, so Christians are experiencing Lent for 40 days because Jesus also had to sacrifice things for 40 days, didn't he, before he went and did some work for God. So now I want us to have a think about what you would give up if you were going to give something up for Lent. So I said, didn't I, that I would give up cheese and I would give up sweets. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw the pictures of the objects that I would give up. So here is my big chunk of cheese. Oh, it makes me hungry just looking at it. I'm so sad that I don't get to eat my lovely cheese anymore. Oh, my whole page has gone yellow there. Maybe that's not joined up properly. I have to colour it in. There we go. So I've got here my big chunk of cheese. There we go. What else did I say I'd given up? I said I'd given up sweets. Oh, so I give up sweets. So here are mine. Gummy worms. Do like a gummy worm. And I've given up chocolate. And you remember, I'm going to draw my chocolate bar. Yeah, oof. So I'm not really having many nice foods at the moment, which makes me a bit sad. And I do miss pizza. So I'm going to now reflect and have a little think about something that I would give up. So I'm going to say I would give up sweets, chocolate, and cheese. Cheese, cheese. There we go. Oh, it just makes me so sad just looking at that every minute. Oh, so I want you to have a little think then and explore why Jesus went into the wilderness, okay? So just have a little bit of a recap and thinking time to think about why he went into the wilderness like he did. And then I want you to think about why Lent is for 40 days, okay? So here I've got my sentence starters. So you might want to say, Jesus went, where did he go, and why? And then you can link into here, this is why we do what? And then I want you to use this sentence starter, I would. What would you give up if you had to give up something for Lent? Okay. So this is an example of the sheet that you might want to fill out. You don't have to do it in this way though. And you don't even have to do any writing if you don't want. You can have a little go at talking through this activity as well. And I've got lots of words and pictures here to give you a few ideas about what you might want to give up and what Jesus did and where he went. Okay? But the main 3 parts I want you to explore at home today, one of them is why Jesus went into the wilderness, why Lent is for 40 days, and tell me one thing that you would give up. Okay? And we're going to explore a little bit more about the story of Lent tomorrow in our RE lessons. So don't forget to have a little go at doing this task as it will help you in this sequence of learning this week. Have fun doing this, and I'm looking forward to see what you are going to suggest that you would have to give up if you were going to sacrifice one thing for 40 days. Hopefully it won't be as many things as me. See you later. Bye.